Dear students and friends, let me teach you chi-square test and ANOVA tests in today's class. These two tests are very important in case of hypothesis testing here. The two have their unique qualities, unique importance in calculation part and hypothesis testing also here. Before entering into the original concepts of chi-square test and ANOVA test, let me tell you some important terms which will make you to understand in better way. Because all the terms are parametric test, non-parametric test, hypothesis, degree of freedom, and some contingency table here. One is parametric test. You know this parametric test, in this the population constants like mean, standard deviation, standard error, proportions and correlation coefficients all are constant here. But coming to the non-parametric test, here no constant of population used. The data do not follow any specific distribution and no assumptions are made in these tests. Next one is hypothesis. We know this one, it is an assumption or guess. It is a definite statement about the population parameters here. Next term, null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. Already we discussed such kind of types of hypothesis. Null hypothesis, it has measured in terms of H naught. In this hypothesis is 0 or empty. Alternative hypothesis is H1. It is exactly opposite of this null hypothesis here. Next one is degree of freedom. Degree of freedom is also very important in the calculation part of chi-square test. df is equal to r minus 1 into c minus 1. R equal to number of rows and c equal to number of columns. Here, a number of frequencies minus number of independent constraints on them. These two can be, these 2 points are calculated and used in the calculation process of degree of freedom. It denotes the extent of independence, that is a freedom enjoyed by a given set of observed frequencies. Suppose we are given a set of n observed frequencies which are subjected to a k independent constraints on them. Here it is degree of freedom is calculated in the process of chi-square test here. Another one is contingency table. This table is prepared by enumeration of qualitative data by entering the actual frequencies here. These are the few terms which are helps to understand in better way these all techniques or steps of the process of chi-square test and also this ANOVA tests here. In this chi-square test, we are going to measure the differences between what is observed and what is expected according to an assumed hypothesis here. This particular hypothesis testing a tool has developed by Carl Pearson in the year 1900. It is purely non-parametric test. It is not based on any assumptions or it is not based on any distribution of any variable here. You know, this statistical test follows a specific distribution as known like a chi-square distribution here. So I can say that this chi-square test is an important test among the several tests of significance developed by the statisticians here. Let me tell you some important characteristics of chi-square test here. See, in this test, it is a purely it has a based on it is a non-parametric test. It is based on frequencies and not on the parameters like mean and standard deviation. As we discussed earlier, some important points all parametric, non-parametric. In parametric, it's a standard like based on mean and based on some standard deviation calculation. We will go for calculating this other test here, but it is not like that. It is purely non-parametric test. That is one important character we should remember. Another one is it is testing the hypothesis. Dear friends, just remember this point. Here, this chi-square test will helps you test only hypothesis, not for estimation purpose. Here, one another important point is that it applied to a complex contingency table with several classes, and as such is a very useful test in a research work. Another important point, as I told you, it is a non-parametric test, and also it is there is very simple mathematical calculations involved for calculating this chi-square test here, and also it is very wonderful tool for testing hypothesis, as it is not as it is doesn't have any rigid assumptions in the calculation process here. Let me tell you in simple way what is ANOVA, how it works. You know ANOVA, ANOVA means analysis of variance. Here one more small point I would like to tell you, that is variance means difference. So we understood that this ANOVA technique will help us to analyze, to know the differences of those population. So as per the Professor R.A. Fisher, let me tell you the definition of ANOVA. It is a procedure for testing the difference among different groups of data for homogeneity. This is very simple technique for hypothesis test here. Here we have to know types of ANOVA also. Here two types of ANOVA methods are there for testing hypothesis in simple way. One is a one-way ANOVA, another one is a two-way ANOVA. You know, this one-way ANOVA, clearly it helps to investigate or to test the hypothesis statements here, but here one independent variable only is there. That's why it is called as a one-way ANOVA. In another two-way ANOVA, we can investigate two factors at the same time. So that's why here we can take into consideration two independent variables. You know, already we discussed the variables might be different types: dependent variable, independent variable, intraveining variable. Some kinds of variables also we discussed previous chapters here. Any research, dependent variable, independent variable, these both are very important. You know, age and knowledge, two factors, how the relationship between these two variables, and attendance and performance. What is the relationship? How this having these how we have to test this hypothesis? Like this here, this ANOVA is also helpful to find out the differences among the differences between the variables here. One-way variable and also two-way variable. Let us go for another concept. Here let me tell the ANOVA techniques, some steps of the process of calculation here. The steps are almost, we will observe 8 to 9 steps here. Each step, ANOVA, already I told you that is a variance difference we have to find, and we have to go for analysis here. For that, first step is obtain the mean of each sample. In this process, how many samples you took, all those samples, just to go for 2 samples or 3 samples, just to go for calculating those all means. Obtain the mean, then you can go for work out the mean of the sample means and calculate sum of squares of variance between the samples and obtain the variance or mean squares. Then you can go for calculate the sum of the square of variances within the samples or between the samples and obtain the variance of mean squares. Next step, find the sum of squares of deviations for total variance. As I told you here, all the steps one by one, just to go through it one more time. And finally find out the F ratio. These are the calculation part. As I told you, it is very simple to calculate. See, mean calculation and the sum of all the square, and within the samples you have to find out. Finally you have to do this F ratio. When you are calculating this ANOVA technique by using Excel, then clearly you understood that this all calculation part, everything, dear friends. Here I would like to tell you all the steps, step 1 to step 8, the calculation part very briefly. Let me tell you here. See, x1 mean calculation, x1, all the assumed, these are all our assumed assumed values here. x1, that is 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus 8 divided by 4, 24 by 4, 6. So x1 mean is 6, x2 bar equal to 5 and x3 bar equal to 4 here. That is step 1, obtain the mean of each sample. Then go for find out the mean of sample mean here. So already we found the mean here. For that again we have to find out the sample mean. So that is x1 bar plus x2 bar plus x3 bar divided by k. All mean values of x1, x2, x3 are here 654 divided by 3. The total value is 5. Then third step, now we work out between the SS within the samples. Here another just one step you have to remember, within the samples, between the samples. Here SS between the samples, we find out n1 into, again the formula we use it here, n1 into x1 bar minus x1 bar mean of mean whole square, the same n2 into mean of x2 and mean of mean x2 whole square. Like this total formula you use it here, because 3 variables we consider, for 3 variables the answer is here 8. So after next step is we have to calculate SS within the samples. Before that between the samples, here within the samples we calculated the total value calculation part, it is 24 here. Just go through it one more time, just to calculate your own by using the calculation, by using either Excel or your own manually, just you can calculate and check this one. And the SS of total variance 32. In here this is the next step is total calculation of total variance. Alternatively another one is it is SS between plus SS within. So after calculating the mean and the mean of mean within the samples, between the sample part, then totally we have to work a grand total of values here, that is 8 plus 24, 32. Here just a brief, the table of one-way ANOVA. Here you observe the source of variation, SS, degree of freedom, and the total values, and F ratio, and the 5% F limit from the table, R ratio here. Between the sample it is SS is 8, between the samples it is 24, and total is grand total, that is 32. Degree of freedom also calculated, 3 minus 1, because 3 variables we considered. 3 minus 1 equal to 2. Here within the samples 12 minus 3. Between total we will observe that is 12 minus 1, 11. So calculation part is like this, and F ratio is this one. Significance also tested here. This is the simple way of calculating this ANOVA by using either manually or by using Excel. After knowing a brief information about chi-square test and also ANOVA test, let me tell you what is major difference point between chi-square and also ANOVA. If you observe in the chi-square test, that is chi-square test here, it enables to test more than 2 population proportions. But ANOVA, here it helps to know the more than 2 population means can be considered is equal. See, let me show you. See, it enables us to test whether more than 2 population proportions, just remember this point, 2 population proportions can be considered equal, but here more than 2 population means can be considered. This is the one important difference we have to find out between ANOVA and also chi-square test here. Now we will discuss about chi-square test, what exactly it is, how it is helps to the researcher for testing the hypothesis. You know, this chi-square test deals with the analysis of categorical data in terms of frequencies, or in terms of propositions, or in terms of percentages. Primarily it is 3 types, that is test of homogeneity, test of independence, and test of goodness of fit. In homogeneity, it determines whether the different populations are similar with respect to some characteristics. In terms of independence, it's the test of independence. It tests whether the characteristics of the elements of the sample population are related or independent. In case of test of goodness of fit, it determines whether there is a significant difference between an observed frequency distribution and a theoretical probability distribution here. So here majority you can understood that chi-square test helps you test of homogeneity, test of independence, and also test of goodness of fit. Let me tell you the conceptual procedure chi-square test. Here in these steps like ANOVA, Here also we have to formulate first a null hypothesis and also alternative hypothesis. Next, we have to state the type of test, what kind of test we are going to using. Then we have to go for selecting LOS, that is level of significance. Later, compute expected frequencies assuming H naught to be true. Then compute chi-square, that is x square calculated value using the formula that is sigma equal to a frequency, that is f0 minus fe whole square divided by fe. Later on, extract that is chi-square critical value from the table. Then you can go for comparing the calculated value with that is critical value. Let me show you one better example to understand this total computations procedure here. Yes, see this example. Here the study, what we are checking, how it is accepted, how it is rejected. Based on a study, it is expected that 50% of the students opt for marketing, 30% for finance, and 20% of HR. In a sample for 100 people here. So among total 100, 50% for one subject, 30%, and also 20%. It is observed that 61 and 24 and 15 opt for this subject. So among that means that among 100 people, 61 people are apt for taking marketing, 21 people apt for taking marketing, and 15 people apt for taking this HR as per their IQ level, as per their interest, as per their knowledge share. This particular assumption or the statement we will have to find out by using this chi-square test. If you observe here, this is significance level considered, that is 10% here. So after calculations, if you see, chi-square value, calculated value is 4.87. Dear friends, I am requesting you all calculate this by using all as per the procedure I explained in the process. So now the calculated value of chi-square is 4.87, and now we have to check this value with the table value of this chi-square value, that is chi-square critical value, that is 4.605. If you observe the two values, this hypothesis, whatever we assumed, that has rejected, because the calculated value is greater than this critical value. In such a cases, we understood that the total process, that the hypothesis statement assumed by us, it has rejected here. So here in this chi-square test, as I told you, test of homogeneity, test of independence. Here first completed test of homogeneity. It has rejected as per the data. Like this, we have to test this homogeneity, that is similarities between the groups. Next one is chi-square test, test of homogeneity. Here also, how it has accepted or rejected. Let me tell you. Here, see another example. It is related to a shoe seller. Here, a shoe seller has received a consignment of the order that he had placed for 10,000 pair of different sizes here. Here, the significance level, if you observe, there is a 5% level of significance. Such a case, see, order required, order quantity, and required quantity. Here, given order quantity like this, and the required quantities like this. See, that is 500, order quantity, and required quantity is 700. The order quantity next level is 1500, required quantity is 1800. If you observe like this, same up to 10. For this calculation part is completed, we have to go for test of homogeneity here. See, that is chi-square calculated value is after calculation, that is 6.87, and it has compared with the table value, that is critical value, that is 12.592. Here the hypothesis got accepted because calculated value is less than the critical value here. Let us go for another one. That is chi-square test of independence, formula to be used. So here, in order to test the independence, you have to go for a degree of freedom calculations, degree of freedom computations of expected frequency by using FE. The formula is RT into CT divided by ZT, where RT is a row total, CT is column total, and ZT is a grand total. the computation of degree of freedom, that is df equal to rows minus 1 into column minus 1 here. Next one, see chi-square test. In this test of independence, another one is following data was collected when a survey was carried out on preference for normal wear in workplace. See here a significance change, level of significance. So gents, ladies, 2 people. Among these gents, they said S for this wearing dresses for their comfortability. Here that is, they said 520S, 60S. Gents, they said no, 80. Another pattern, that is ladies, 11. If you see the calculations is the significant in percentage due to sex. Check at 20% level of significance. After calculation values or that is calculated value 0.2522 and the critical value is 1.642. So here again it has different than, it is less than a critical value, it has accepted. Then go for level of independence for another example. Just observe this one. It is viewership of TV program. Various age groups collected here. Age groups are 15 to 25 age group people, 26 to 40 age group, 41 to 50 age group people here. They said always we are watching these TV programs. This age group people, they said 75, here 180, and here 105. Some people they told sometimes only we watch the TVs, and some people they said like you, very good people, they never watch TV. 25 people they said. Some people they said 20 in this age group. 20 people they said we don't have the habit of watching a TV here. This age group people they said completely is very less, that is 5. See, now let us go for calculating this particular example with the level of 5% significance. The viewership of a TV program based on age, based on the frequency of watching. So the calculation part if you observe here, see. Calculation is 26.01 and it has compared with the table value, that is critical value, that is 9.488. It has rejected now. Again I told you it is greater than this critical value. Such a cases it has rejected. This example you clearly understood, it is testing of goodness of fit. This example is related to recruitment process. The Godrej company requires the college seniors who are seeking for positions. It will be interviewed here. For this, the test has applied. The significance level is 20% here. So in such a cases, the calculation value is 5.04. Critical value is 4. So here also, as it is greater than the critical value, it is also rejected. So dear friends, this is the way of analyzing or way of calculating this all test of goodness of fit, homogeneity and independence through this chi-square test here. Let us see one more practical problem for one-way ANOVA here. See, in this problem, if you observe, 3 group of students are taught a statistical technique by 3 different methods. When tested on one problem, sample scores of 3 students selected at random from each of the group at under given below. Group 1, that is here, group 1, their marks given by using one kind of method, that is 3, 4, 5. Group 2 by marks. Here level of significance is 0.05. Such a cases, here the calculation part, I think you calculate one more time this one. Calculated part is 1.5 and the critical value for a table value for this is 5.14. See here it is less than critical value, so it is also accepted. This is the problem for one way. If you observe here, within the groups or between the groups only these values take into consideration for calculation purpose. Now let me tell you one more practical problem to understand what is the two-way ANOVA here. These are the computational procedure in two-way analysis. Earlier we discussed one-way analysis steps for like this. For this also almost all steps are equal. See, first step null hypothesis alternative same, and second we have to determine a distribution significance level, then go for other steps. Just have a glance for this total chart. You understood in better way. So grand total calculation, degree of freedom calculations. I think here from here onward the steps are different. You have to calculate mean squares of column as well as mean squares of rows here. C minus 1, R minus 1 is also same, and the mean of squares errors is C minus 1, R minus 1, and calculated value is like this, and calculated value for these two values and compare with this statistical decision. Just have a glance and follow these steps while calculating the two-way ANOVA. Let me tell you one practical example for this problem, this method also. Yes, take down this particular problem, practice in home, check if this problem will explain you. See, here 3 people were assigned for 3 cities. Like sales means like Kallu, Lallu and Mallu. These people were assigned 3 cities, A, B, C here. See, A, B, C cities. These are the people, they assigned the sales. So year ending, those people, the sales target like city A, Kallu, 4 city B, 3 city C, his performance of sales is 5, like this Mallu and Lallu. So now the question is there any significant difference in sales made by 3 of them? Is there any significant difference in sales made in 3 cities? We have to check it at 0.05 level of significance. Once we calculate based on the previous values, like I think I told you, like this. So by following these all the steps, calculating the problem, the answer is F1 equal to 9.23, F1 critical value 6.94, here F2 calculated value 3.25, F2 critical value is 6.94. But in this particular situation, it has rejected because it is greater than this calculated value. Here it has accepted because they both are equal here. So this is the way of doing the problem in ANOVA, one way and also a two-way here. Finally, I would like to tell you the decision flow diagram estimation. So these chi-square test analysis, ANOVA test analysis, either one way or two way. Here, as a business person, as a business researcher, how you have to take the decision. Application part is very, very important to all of us. How we have to consider. There are number of steps are there, number of methods are there, F test and T test method by ANOVA, chi-square, this all. How we have to take a decision. So let us have the glance and decision flow chart here. We have to start the work as after statements all. It is that is population n greater than or equal to 30. We have to go for jet table here. By jet table, by using that jet test, we continue the process. We have to stop. If the population is known to you, the normality distribution, such a case, that means the standard distribution is known. Then we have to go for again, that is use a jet table, and we have to stop. And here the same again. If the standard deviation is known, if standard deviation is doesn't known to us, if it is greater than or equal to 30, we will go for a jet table. If not, just we can go for using T table here. See, standard distribution known, because it is very less and simple. Such a case we will go for using a T table here. Stop. Here use of a statistic. This is the simple. For understanding purpose only, I am giving you this decision flow diagram, dear friends. Just once we have the glance here. Now let us see the limitations of a chi-square test. Till now we understood what is ANOVA test, what is chi-square test, the importance, the process of calculation, all. But as you know, this particular test also having limitations. Up to some extent only we can apply this chi-square test. Majority cases we got failure for applying this kind of test. Let us see what are all those points here. The data is from a random sample. All the data we took randomly here. That is one limitation. We don't know from those people exactly if they are suitable for the test or not. Another point, it will not give you reliable result with 1 degree of freedom. That is one more point. Degree of freedom means it is just only with only one degree of freedom. Again, if the expected value in the cell is less than 5, it doesn't work properly. And also this test may be misleading if any expected frequencies is much below 5. This is another problem here. Such a case, again we have to select another appropriate method which is suitable for such a case, such a incident, such a cases over there. Another point is once you go for the contingency table also, if that is larger than 2.2 2 into 2, such a case again it cannot be applied. And interpret this test with caution if samples total or total of values in all the cells is less than 50. Such a case also, this all the chi-square test may not work properly. And another limitation is also there here. This test tells the presence or absence of an association between the events but doesn't measure the strength of association. That is one more problem. Again, it doesn't indicate the cause and effect. Yeah, almost all these two methods, if you observe, these only calculate the things one way or two way and chi-square test all, but this doesn't go for any further analysis. Estimation cannot possible through these kind of methods. This test doesn't indicate the cause and effect here. That is one more problem, one more limitation. Another, it can be applied only when the individual observations of sample are independent, which means that the occurrence of one individual observations here. See, these are all some of limitations for this chi-square test. Thank you, my dear students and friends. Finally, I hope through this session you are going to learn chi-square test and the procedure for calculation, and ANOVA test, ANOVA hypothesis. In this ANOVA hypothesis, one-way ANOVA and two-way ANOVA. I think the one-way ANOVA, it is our independent variable is 1, and two-way ANOVA independent variable is 2, and the procedures for all those two methods, as well as some practical problems we calculated here, and these problems also as per the calculated value and critical value. We took the decision whether accept the project or reject this hypothesis here. This is briefly about ANOVA and chi-square test. Thank you, dear friends. Thank you so much.